You now know the threat of the HIV connection. To help you learn some street smarts and rules of survival, let's take some time to expand our understanding of this ugly mess. And before we finish, we'll review what we have learned. Drugs and sexual transmission of HIV are problems that you can avoid. You have a choice. Many people put others down, and many people live with this abuse. Some lose their self-esteem and let themselves think they won't go far in this world. It is a tough world, and not everyone has the same opportunities. This is a very big problem for many people. If things are down in your life, getting help to find different options may be the right thing for you. Don't blame yourself. Get help.
We aren't going anywhere, and you're nothing special either. Forget the job interview. Let's party.
Choosing your friends carefully is very important in developing your own character. Hanging out with people who do drugs can put you in danger of experimenting with drugs. Here's something that you can practice doing that may help you avoid this kind of pressure. First, whenever you're going out with your friends, ask questions to know what you might be getting into. Look ahead. Second, if you see the potential for trouble, talk about it. Express to your friends what could happen. The third thing, give them a suggestion of something else to do that isn't going to get you into trouble. Or say, see you later. Sometimes in life we're faced with many hard choices and have to say yes or no. Saying no is okay as long as you do what you really want to do, not what others pressure you to do. You can be your own hero by standing up for what you believe is right for you. So remember, ask questions to know what you might be getting into. If you see the potential for trouble, point it out. Speak up about what could happen. Suggest something else to do. Or say, see you later.
You got a choice. Be your own hero, because the others you see are just a zero. You've got a choice. Respect yourself. Don't live for drugs, live for yourself. You've got a choice. Respect yourself.
Sometimes people pick the wrong friends and make the mistake of letting others influence them towards the pitfalls of the double-death connection. However, there can be safety in numbers. If your friends are not the type of people who do drugs, they can be a positive influence on the decisions you make. Pick your friends carefully.
One of the scariest things about AIDS is that not everyone who is infected will show signs of being sick. This is called asymptomatic. They may seem completely healthy to themselves and to others, but HIV is in their body. Anyone who is infected, whether they look sick or not, may be capable of infecting others.
Obviously, avoiding sex is the safest way to avoid sexual transmission of HIV. Sometimes it is difficult. However, you do have the power to choose. But crack and other drugs can take away that power, and that is dangerous. Getting high or drunk can affect the person's mind so much that it becomes easy to make a bad choice. Use your common sense. If you use drugs or alcohol, you're more likely to risk hurting yourself or someone else. Not having sex takes a lot of willpower, but it is the only sure way to avoid the sexual transmission of HIV. A lot of people have made this their choice.
Many young couples are finding that not having sex until marriage is a safe way to live. Avoiding pregnancy, HIV/AIDS, and other sexually transmitted diseases, or STDs, like herpes, syphilis, and gonorrhea, are basic benefits to waiting. If you have been sexually active and have any reason to believe that you might have an STD, see your doctor or visit your free clinic to get a checkup. They also have plenty of information for you to expand your street smarts.
I know that sex means many things, but I'm still a kid. If I wait a few years, it's not gonna hurt.
I'm glad you can see that just being a kid has its advantages in this world. Everyone wants to grow up and be an adult, but there are so many fun things to enjoy when you're young, other than sex. Just dating, holding hands, a goodnight kiss. These things can mean a lot more to you when you're ready to discover them with someone you like. Some kids think having sex may be the most important thing in a person's life, but it's not. And for kids, it often leads to a lot of problems. So many people make the mistake of trying to prove themselves, thinking it's cool to become sexually active. Or they start off when they're too young only to get confused or hurt. There's a lot to value in what you have now, being a kid. The other things that adult life has to offer will come sooner than you think. So take your time and enjoy the things the way they are while you still can. Well, so you don't forget what we've been talking about, let's take a moment to review. Drugs and sex, two links of a chain I call the HIV connection.
People get sick with AIDS because of HIV. There are 3 basic ways HIV gets inside of people. 1, infected blood entering the body. 2, sexual contact. 3, infected mother transmitting the virus to her baby.
Drug addiction is a disease.
Drug addiction can start off gradually. Alcohol, tobacco, and marijuana are recognized as gateway drugs.
Crack kills. People who use crack get desperate to stay high. Doing drugs and alcohol is dangerous. Using them can lead to unsafe sexual activities.
Motherhood is a major responsibility. Visit your local clinic or doctor before and during pregnancy. Crack and other drugs cause birth defects.
Hanging out with people who do drugs can put you in danger to experimenting with drugs and can bring you down. Hold on to your power of choice. Remember the 3-step survival plan. First, ask questions to know what you might be getting into. Second, if you see the potential for trouble, point it out. Third, suggest something else to do, or say, see you later. Pick your friends carefully and don't let others pressure you into doing things that you don't want to do. If drugs ever become a part of your life, get out of the problem and into the solution. Get help. Well, now you have the facts, but do you have the street smarts to use them?
Street Smarts. Street Smarts. Street Smarts. Street Smarts. Street Smarts.